Okay, before we start on the video, I wanted to say the reason that this video is going up now and like kind of under duress, not really duress, but more quickly than I would normally, is because Ulta is having their 21 days of beauty sale. And this product, which is the MAC Face and Body, I don't know why I didn't specify, will be on sale Thursday, March 31st. So I wanted to get this video up in time. If you are thinking or wanting to purchase the MAC Face and Body, you have plenty of time to get it. The Rose Ink one, I doubt is going to be on sale ever, but you never know. But yeah, so if you're watching this afterward, it's okay. It might not be on sale for a while, but if you're watching it before, it might be on sale, or it will be on sale March 31st on Ulta. Okay, hope this helps. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you are all well. My name is Dana, if you do not know, and on this channel we do SMS, which is skincare, makeup, sunscreen. And today we are doing the middle. If I put my middle finger up, we get makeup. So today we're comparing two kind of, I would say, favorites maybe, which are the MAC Studio Radiance. This is MAC Face and Body, the new reformulated one. It came out about a year ago. And then this is the brand new Rose Ink Skin Illuminating Skin Enhance Tinted Serum. So this one is the like new version of the original MAC Face and Body, which everyone just loved. And then this is the Rose Ink version kind of the Chanel Skin Fresh Water Fresh Skin Tint. So we're going to be comparing them because one of you lovely followers asked about it, and ask and you shall receive. By the way, I actually really enjoy doing videos like this where like it's your idea and I just do it because I have all the products. So if you have any other ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments below and I will try to get to them. I have a long list of stuff I also have to review, so sometimes it takes a while for me to get it out and everything, but I try to do it if it's a good idea in my opinion. So let's get started. So in terms of price, we have this one, the MAC Face and Body, $36. The Rose Ink is $49. So quite a bit of difference. You do not get the same amount. This is actually 1.7 fluid ounces, so 50 milliliters. This is 1 fluid ounce and 30 milliliters. This is the more standard foundation size. MAC Face and Body, you get quite a bit more than a normal foundation. So if price is an issue, this one is definitely the cheapest. So we have 14 shades of this and we have 30 shades of the MAC Face and Body. So again, quite a bit of a difference. There is a difference also. This is really supposed to be a skin tint, so the lightest of the light, but at the same time, MAC Face and Body is kind of that as well. They just have a lot more shades. So if price or shade range are kind of like your top priorities, this is going to be the one. But let's put it on my face because it doesn't mean anything without putting it on your face. So let's shake this one up. People were very disappointed when they reformulated the MAC Face and Body, and I don't mind this one, but I don't know why they changed it. Like, why mess with a beautiful, beautiful thing? And I have it in the shade N3. If you've not watched my other video on MAC Face and Body, I have a whole video that shows you the proper, whatever that means. Some tips that I have found, and you know, if they work for you, great. If they don't, whatever, it's not a big deal. But one of the main ones is if you put it on and you have like a glowy foundation, if you have a glowy moisturizer or sunscreen or whatever, it's not going to set like it would typically. So I made sure to wear a very lightweight kind of like sunscreen that just sets down immediately. And I don't find that I have any of those issues of getting it to set. Because if you've ever tried MAC Face and Body, you know what I mean by set. It goes on fluid like you see. And then as you rub with your hands, it doesn't work as well with a brush or a sponge. It's really meant to be used with your hands. But as you rub in with your hands, you start to feel it set and it becomes like kind of hard to move. And that's what you want. So the beauty of MAC Face and Body is it doesn't look like I have a lot of makeup on. That is what you want. It is a skin tint, but you can build it up. You can kind of manipulate it in a lot of ways that other foundations you just can't. So can you see the difference? Okay, and now we're gonna use the skin tint. For the rose ink, they do kind of sell it with a brush. I'm gonna use my hands because that's what I did with MAC Face and Body, and I just kind of prefer both this, the Chanel, and this one with my hands because I feel like I can pop the little encapsulated pigments better. But, you know, again, do whatever works for you. So we are done. They both look very nice and glowy at the moment. I don't think that's going to necessarily last throughout the day. If I'm gonna say one side might be a little bit glowier, it's gonna be the MAC Face and Body because this one is the Studio Radiance, so it's supposed to be like a little bit more glowy. But right now they're looking pretty similar in terms of finish and coverage. I find that I can build up the MAC Face and Body side way more than I can build up the rose ink. It's okay, because if you're buying this, you're not buying it to necessarily build it up. But, oh, is that an eyelash? So let's zoom out. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then we'll check in throughout the day. I did wanna take a closer look before I finish any other makeup just to see if there's any differences. I think the rose ink sometimes behaves a little finicky for me, more so than the MAC Face and Body. Like, every single time I use this, I get the same look. I get what I want. It's perfect. It's perfection. Even if you don't like this one as much as the old version, it still just blends seamlessly. This one, sometimes it depends on what I wear underneath it. It will like drag a little and I'll have like a bald spot and then just pigment. This time it didn't do it, so I really do think it's dependent on your base, what you have underneath it. It's kind of similar to the MAC in that sense, but it's not as, you know, sometimes it's not as easy to work with as it should be. The other thing with the rose that I don't find, it's not problematic, but it's sometimes if you have like a weird area on your face, maybe it's a dry patch or whatever, it doesn't stick to certain areas for me. So like for my chin and my nose, sometimes I just can't get any coverage there and I don't know why because everything else sticks. But that is kind of one thing that I've noticed. But otherwise, I think they're both absolutely stunning, very sheer coverage. Like, you know, these are my favorites. Like this, the Chanel, the rose, the MAC Face and Body. If I had to probably choose 3 things that I love more than any, it would be these 3. Okay, I'm not finished with my makeup yet, but as I was doing it, I'm just kind of like smoking out some eyeliner. And then I wanted to put a little bit of the product under my eye as basically like concealer because I do that with MAC Face and Body all the time. And this side worked perfectly, but when I went to layer the rose ink, I think it took the coverage away, especially like under my eye, but it definitely did not work as like a concealer that you can just put on over in certain spots. I see the difference. It's not so bad because I don't have super dark under eyes, but it did not work. Ta-da! We're done. I did not put any powder on my face today. I put a little bit of blush. Which ones? I put the Rare Beauty, which I haven't used in a while, and I mixed it with the Patrick Ta. This one is the shade Oh She's Different. It's like a more berry shade, and this one is definitely like coral. So we mixed them. I did not put any concealer on. I just wanted to use both the MAC and the rose ink as the concealer. And then what else did I do? I used the Vive's Eye Wand and Sand. I used a little bit of this MAC shadow, which is just Wedge. I've been using it a lot lately. And what else? The Victoria Beckham Eye Quad I just used the dark brown as like eyeliner. And then the Snapscara waterproof one as my mascara. Like I said, I'm not gonna powder today just because I really wanna see what it looks like throughout the day, how it wears. And not that powder, I mean, if you wear powder, you should wear powder, whatever. But I did wanna really like test it out on its own. And immediately I do find that the rose ink side has less coverage than the MAC Face and Body. I could do sheerer coverage with MAC Face and Body. I still find that it's sheer. Like it doesn't look like I have makeup on this side, but this side is really sheer. this side, the rose ink doesn't layer that well on top of itself. If you're doing it all at once, it does a little bit better. So like put some on, then put some more on. But the way I did it is I put it on, waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, doing something else. And then I tried to put it on my under eye as like concealer. No, did not work. But otherwise, I am nice and glowy, but this is like, as I'm getting ready, my face tends to be a little bit glowier, and I think throughout the day it will set a little. I'm not sure, it might be a little warm out today, so we'll see. I might need to powder it just so it's not too glowy, but this is just my skin kind of being glowy. That's how it is. It doesn't mean that both of these are going to give you necessarily the glowiest skin. All right, so I'm going to do check-ins throughout the day. It is 10:40 right now, and we're going to wear it all day, and I'll tell you what it looks like. I'm back. I keep putting my hair up in like the craziest ways, but hey, that's what it is. So I wanted to check in. I put it on at 10 and it is like almost 4 o'clock. So we've had it on for 5 hours, which is a good amount of time so far, but I haven't done anything. So it looks pretty good. Honestly, like I can't actually tell a difference until it comes to my chin area, and there it's just all rubbed off. Same with my nose. I'm quite shiny, and I would say like my forehead especially. The rest of me is not as shiny. I do feel like the pores are accentuated a little bit on the rose ink side right here, whereas this side seems smoother, and that's not because of powder, because I did not put powder on. The under eyes, it's just like this side looks better because I was able to build it up as kind of like my concealer, whereas this side just, I couldn't. The blush seems to be holding up well on both sides, and overall, they look pretty good. I feel like I'm splitting hairs here. At first, I thought I had more coverage on the MAC Face and Body side. Yeah, so I don't think there are any super noticeable differences on either side. The parts that I noticed from the very get-go are kind of the same. I've lost my coverage on my chin. The nose never really got any, and I can't say which side that was because when you're trying to do like half and half, it's just kind of hard. The coverage under my eyes, it just didn't build up there, so you can't really use the rose ink as a concealer where you can use the MAC Face and Body as a concealer. I don't think anyone would be able to see a difference. The finish does feel like a little tackier on the rose ink side. I think stuff is just gonna be like a little tiny bit more apt to move around. But again, I really don't think it's gonna be that noticeable. It's not like slipping and sliding. The MAC side, it just sets. Like there's nothing wrong with MAC. It's just beautiful. It's the end of the night as we know it, and I feel fine. Hi guys, it's, I don't even know what time, 7:34, so says my computer. So we've had this on for what, like 9 hours? Yeah, pretty much. The blush held up really well, wow. That's why I put like a little bit more blush on than maybe you'd want in the very beginning, just because I feel like as the day goes on, it kind of sets in. Let's zoom in though, so you can see. Also, my hair, it's a mess. I've been wearing it like half up, looking like a 12-year-old, and I don't know how to make it stop, and I don't think I want to. Okay, so what am I seeing? I am seeing just a little bit of weird pigment right there. That could just be like, because those are the intersections, or that is the intersection of where they met. Like I said before, my under eye for the rose ink side is just kind of bare. So do not use this as concealer, you'll have to layer it. Also, my chin is bare. My nose doesn't look terrible. Both of these are going to just kind of wear. They're going to wear off throughout the day, and it's not going to be a terrible thing. You're really not going to notice unless you have like huge blemishes or something that you're really, really trying to conceal. But you're usually not wearing something like this and no concealer if that's the case. I find them to both wear really well. The rose ink, I will tell you, it does like build up a little on the corners of my hairline. Like I can see that. But I'm like looking like this close to my mirror. Like I'm trying to find something wrong with it. And of course, my skin is not super textured. I don't have super dry skin. It's pretty normal. But as like a baseline, if you're trying to like decide between the two, it gives you kind of a good sense of how they're going to both wear. And I would really have to be being super picky to know a huge difference. So I don't mind either one. I actually, of course, I told you this before, I love both of them. These are kind of like my favorite things. But I will give you a few tips on what, if you're looking for certain things, which one to probably go for. So if you want something that you can wear almost in any setting, you can build up the coverage, you can manipulate it however you want. You can wear it as concealer, you can wear it as foundation. It's gonna be this, MAC Face and Body. I know people don't love the new one, but I think it still works really well. And I think if you never knew about the original or you just love it so much, I think it really is gonna be okay. You're also getting 1.7 fluid ounces, which is almost double what you get for most foundations. And you're getting it for, what is it, $35? It's not a bad price at all. And it comes in 30 shades. So again, not a bad deal. Now, of course, this is new. This is the rose ink. This is very popular. Encapsulated kind of idea is fun. Don't get me wrong, like I love it. I love that and the Chanel one so much. And I think part of it is this like experience that you're having with it. But I'm not going to say that this one is better than the MAC Face and Body, but I also am like a massive MAC Face and Body stan. How many times, I hope you're not drinking when I say MAC Face and Body, because that'd be a lot. But it's, to me, they're kind of the same. I think you're just going to be paying for the name brand and the technology that went into making this, and not necessarily getting as kind of versatile of a product as you'll get just from this little thing. I mean, this is not fancy. Like, it looks like nothing, but I think the technology in this far outweigh the technology in this. Now, if you had to ask me which one out of these three do I love the most, it kind of still goes in this order. But I think the main difference, and the main thing I really want to convey in this video, is they serve different purposes. It's made for makeup artists, and I get it. I totally get it. You can wear it in so many situations. You can wear it and like just do what you need to do with it. And you can get pretty sheer coverage, but you can also build it up. These two, and I don't know why I'm talking about the Chanel one, but I'll talk about the rose ink, I guess. This one, you're not really going to be able to build it up. And if that's something that's important to you, I would not go with this. But if you want like a sheer wash of really beautiful pigment, this is it. If you want something that's a little bit more hydrating, I'd go with the Chanel. But this is a very good option for kind of like that fancy like skin tint, barely there, anything. And I think it's fabulous. I just don't think it's the one for like every situation in the world. And I wanted to mention, for people that have maybe different skin type than me or different like texture, that kind of thing, I think these are both going to work really well for you. I don't think either one is going to cling too much to dry patches. If anyone is going to, it might be this, which is kind of surprising. I've just found that it is like a little finicky when it comes to like imperfections in my skin, but not to the point where I just can't use it. I just like rub it in a little bit more and then it works fine. If you have super dry skin, this one might be better for you. I do feel that this one dries down a little bit more. I'm not going to go with the term matte, but it's not as glowy, where of course the Studio Radiance is quite glowy. But you can see I didn't powder today and it looks pretty fine. And of course, like, I'm under the lights right now, but even in my mirror in my other room, it doesn't look crazy glowy. It just looks like a nice healthy glow. So I think I've said everything I can say about these two. I fully endorse both of them. I don't know why I say endorse. Like, I'm not running for president. Neither are these. But I really do love both of them, and they are going to be in my collection forever, I hope. And I hope this helped. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you decide, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.